Okay, this is to show you how to use the STAR billing forms. This is a new form and it is completely self-calculating, and we hope it will be useful for you. So the first thing you're going to do is, after you contact me saying you've watched this video, I will email you the new form. And what you need to do is go to the attachment, and usually you can double click it to open it. Sometimes there is a paper clip and you right click and say open attachment. It depends on your email program, but usually a double click will work, and let it go ahead and open. Now if you're only going to be printing this and handwriting it and doing the calculations yourself, all you will need to do is print a blank copy, which will be full of zeros on all of the subtotals, and print that and turn it in every month, and you won't need to know the rest of the video. However, because this self-calculates and it reduces errors and it's going to make your life so much easier, I encourage you to keep watching the video and seeing how this can work. The first thing you want to do is you're going to want to save your original billing form as a blank master form, and then each month you can use that master without having to delete the things from the previous month. As you can see on here, my sample I'm using already has information in here, and if I have to go back and delete that every month, it's going to get really annoying. So after you open the original attachment out of your email, you want to go to either your File button if you have a slightly older version of Excel, or to your Microsoft Office button and do a Save As. Save it somewhere that you can find it later. I would suggest, in your document folder or even on your desktop, if that's what you want to do. Give it a name that you will remember. I'm going to call it the NTYC STAR Sub-Billing Original, and that way I know this one is going to be the blank one. Click Save, and that will actually save the file wherever you left it. In my case, it's right here on my desktop. So every time I want to use the original to enter billing, all I have to do is double click. The first time you actually use it, so that you don't have to copy over it every time, what you're going to do when you get to the point of needing to do billing, you're going to open your document, and you can do this by two ways. If you have saved it and it's somewhere handy, you can double click and open the document. If you didn't, what you're going to need to do is go to your Microsoft Excel program and go to Open and find where you saved the file and open it that way. Some of the cells on this document are locked, meaning you can't type in it. So if you notice right here, I'm trying to click on intake sessions and it won't even let me. And that's just to keep you from accidentally changing something that doesn't need changed. What you can do is, first thing you want to do after you open the original is do another Save As. Choose where you want it saved, and what I'm going to do, instead of calling it the original, I'm going to call it my sub-billing for June 2010, or however you want to file it that will make most sense to you. If you don't want to keep a copy of what you've submitted on your computer, you don't even have to save anything other than the original. However, because sometimes, maybe you make an error or something needs changed or you need to go back and fix it, or you want a copy of it, I suggest each month you save it with a new name or a new date. So I've put in the name I wanted. It's in the file that I want, in this case it's still on the desktop, and click Save. So now I'm not working on the original document, I am working on the June 2010 document. Okay, we've gotten to this part. We know we're working on the proper document for the proper month. The first thing you're going to do is click right here where it says Name or Entity. For those of you who have an entity contract and have several subcontractors below you, this is only the name of your entity. So let's say I'm a subcontractor and I have a couple interns under me and some other employees. The entity name would still be Vicki Penn Counseling, which is a scary thought, but there you go. Or if I'm an individual subcontractor and I'm the only one who does it, it would still be Vicki Penn Counseling, whatever it is. For your own internal records, if you want to know which billing sheet for a different county is from one of your employees, always put your entity name first, and then anything you want to put behind that is up to you. You can put, an intern name, you can put a staff name. So if I want to know that, all of this particular county's billing information was done by my staff named Jane Doe, you can do anything like that you want. But your entity name, for those of you who are entities, needs to be on there. Each county that you serve, because some of you do serve multiple counties, has to have a separate billing sheet. So, choose your county. Let's say this one is Lamar County. Type it in right there. And month and year, we said we were doing June 2010, so I'm going to type that in there. Another good tip, if you have more than one county you're submitting billing for, at this point would be to do another save as, and you might have one called, June 2010 Lamar. You might have one June that you need to save. You might have to go in later and also do one that's June 2010 Grayson. Whatever you need to do to keep your file system on your computer accurate for you, I would recommend. So, knowing computers, my recommendation is you keep a copy of the original that never gets changed, and each month you do a save as for a month and for each individual county if you're going to bill us for more than one county. Okay, the only other change you can make on this page is nothing. You can't change amounts, you don't have to calculate anything. All you need to type on this very first sheet, which if you look down on the bottom left here, is the billing cover sheet, is your individual or entity name, the date that the billing is for, and the county that the billing is for. Where you're going to enter your information, come down to the very bottom left, you'll see this billing breakout sheet right down here on the bottom. Click that tab one time, and this is the sheet that comes up. What you're going to notice is up here at the top, your information has already been populated for you. That again comes from this first page where you typed it in. So if something's wrong on this second sheet up here, you cannot make the changes here. You need to go back to your first sheet and make the changes on these three. Okay, so we're on the second sheet. Again, to keep it from, calculation errors, and so you don't have to calculate anything, you cannot change over here under the amount billed column. It's going to figure all that for you all by itself. So, okay, we know that we're doing, and it didn't update that. I will fix that. It will say June 2010 on that if you type June in the front. So we're doing one county for June 2010. For those of you who do groups, you need this top line. For all the rest of you,